Namaskara, CIT Bengaluru TEDx. All set.
ഞങ്ങൾ ആണുങ്ങളല്ല, ഞങ്ങൾ വേഷം കെട്ടണതല്ല. ഈ നാട്ടുകാർക്കൊക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾ വേഷം കെട്ടികളാന്നായിരിക്കും ചിന്ത. हमें सच्ची जुड़ो, तुम्हें आचार आके आचार बात करते हो कभी हमें अकेले जवाब दे दो. हमें सच्चाई जुड़ो, हमको कोई भी मोसा कर दे उन सब लोग को सर्वनाश है. सर्वनाश सर्वनाश. अर्जुन गांडू को सर्वनाश. उनका घर में मैयत उठाऊं.
എനിക്ക് ഒരിക്കലും എനിക്ക്
That's the identity. That's the vulnerability. That's the existence. That's the voiceless communities. And we as one community across the globe, be it lesbians, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, Jogappa, Marladi, Shivshakti, Jogta, existing with part of human community. Why are we seen in streets? Why are we socially excluded? Why are we neglected by societal norms? And who has done it? A big question to all of us today. I belong to world. I belong to climate. I belong to weather. I belong to globalization. I belong to privatization. I belong to social policies. I belong to my politics. I belong to my nation. I belong to Karnataka and Bengaluru. When I say this, the existence of identities as sexual minorities, gender non-conforming children, or the gender minorities, there is an amount of social construct, the legal construct, the economic construct, the cultural construct. We are human beings. We do breathe. We do dream. We do love. We do have our own desires too. Has my family accepted? Yes, just 5 years ago. I was born a male. I transformed to a female. I was wanting to be a woman with this beautiful identity. When I expressed my feminine character with my parents, I was rejected. I was wanting to mingle with my friends. I was rejected. I was wanting to be part of society. I was rejected. I was wanting to be part of my relatives. I was rejected. I was wanting to be part of the large social construct norms. I was rejected. I was only accepted by the Hijra community, by the transgender community, where I felt that's my home, that's my heaven, and that's my people. When each section says no, 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 there was the only one section, that the Hijra community, which accepted me as the way I am today. And I can't forget the amount of acceptance, the amount of privilege, the amount of opportunities. Yes, society blames we as child kidnappers, and we aren't child kidnappers. Why I should kidnap a child and emasculate and dump into sex work and begging? I do not want to do that. I want to be part of education institution, but the constructed norms is not allowing me to do this. I think globally, same situation has been occurred. If I may ask in this room, how many boys, if you are really boys confidence, please raise your hands. 100 hands. If you are girls in this room, how many girls, please raise your hands. 200 hands. If I may ask, how many transgender women, please raise your hands. I couldn't see except 2. How many transgender man, please raise your hands. Not even 1. How many lesbians? How many bisexuals? How many gay? How many pansexual? How many demisexual? How many asexual? Just few hands here and there. But my world, which is part of nature, and we are part of nature, nature experiences this. No one has right to decide my identity. No one has right to judge my identity or my sexuality. I decide for myself. I decide for my existence. I decide and you listen. When I say listen, listen with compassion, listen with responsibility, listen with amount of communicative manner than excluding us. There is a state policy, there is a National Transgender Act. Is it very far? It is not far. It is very close. But have you been ever assumed a magistrate committee has been constituted and I should be nude before the magistrate committee and the so-called men is going to judge your sex and gender and I should be experiencing such human rights violation? I question back the notion of people deciding. Having said a man decides my identity, I take my strong objection on it. I thank my Honorable Supreme Court of India for recognizing for two reasons. 2014 recognized as the transgender community as equal citizens before the Constitution of India. I would thank the Honorable Supreme Court Constitution Bench for talking about the issues of human sexuality. In 2018, it said, we are no more criminals. I keep saying, any one section that's we, as gender minorities, sexual minorities, gender non-conforming people, we were criminals, we were decriminals, we were recriminals, and we were no more criminals. And who gives this power for the society to dictate their patriarchal mindset against us? The concept of majoritarian itself is an important. The important concept cannot be nudged of your context against the vulnerable sections. The nation stands for plurality. The nation stands for justice. The nation stands for economic sustainability. I think India is such plurality in its existence, culture, diversity, identity, language, food, and many other aspects of it. If Samaja has a problem, and what is the problem of Samaja? If you wear skirt, there is a problem. If you're long hair, there is a problem. Short hair is a problem. White skin problem, black skin problem. Eating meat problem, eating not meat is a problem. Speaking English problem, doesn't speak English is a problem. How do you justify society and why you want to wasting time in justifying society? So let's live for ourselves and let's experience ourselves. I think whole time, I am very confident I'm going to live for the next 100 years. 100 minus 36, how much? 66? 64? Approx 64. I'm going to live for 64 years more. I want to enjoy my life rather than agitating, fighting against all forms of social construct. I have no words to congratulate. I have no words to accept. I have no words to determine. I have no words to take back or get back to, but community voices matters. The world is part of society, society is part of the world, and we as one human world, we are having so much of sense of responsibility. We cannot belong to Bangalore, we cannot belong to Karnataka, we cannot belong to India. We need to belong to the world population. Whatever happens across the globe, that's our issue. And we as youngsters are going to play a much more vital role in nurturing, nurturing tomorrow's world. With this trust, I would conclude my talk. Dhanyavada, CIT Bengaluru, Bengaluru, Bengaluru. Namaskara.